Yo, what is up, guys? Shance is back here. We're doing another Demon Slayer review for you guys. This time we're doing volume 12 of Demon Slayer. Now, I heard that the last chapter came out and that the manga series was over. I heard that online, but that's nice and all that. But one thing about me is that I don't read online anymore. The only thing that I read online now is Berserk, but for everything else, I always get the physical copies of them. So the time I do these videos, that's where I'm up to date on the manga, so I have no idea what's going to happen way ahead of these. Before we get into this volume review, I just want to reflect on these three volumes that we went over. All these were from the Red Light District arc, and man, this arc was so crazy right now, but we're going to get into this review right now. Now, with this volume right here, it starts off with Akaza at the Infinity Castle, and once again, rest in peace to my man Rengoku, aka the Flame Pillar, my favorite character in the anime. Akaza was the Upper Moon 3, and he was the one that defeated Rengoku, so he goes to the Infinity Castle. The crazy thing about the Red Light District arc is that this was the first time in 113 years that an Upper Moon was defeated by someone in the Demon Slayer Corps. So you're telling me all this time Demon Slayers were getting their asses handed to them by these Upper Moon demons? These Upper Moon demons are no joke if this was the first time that happened in over pretty much a century. So one good thing that I liked about this volume right here is that it introduces us to a lot of characters that we've never seen before, we just didn't know much about. And what I mean by that is from my last volume review where we seen this mysterious demon. He was the one that gave Daki and Gyutaro their Upper Moon abilities, so we learned that his name was Doma, and at that time he was the upper rank 6 demon. Well, this dude joined the Upper Moons after Akaza, ranked faster than him, and now he's currently the Upper Moon 2 demon right now. So he's the second strongest out of all the Upper Moons, and Akaza does not like this at all. Like, it's funny seeing the relationship that these two have because Akaza is always hitting this guy, and Akaza does not like this man. So Akaza's always hitting him, and one thing that we learned about these Upper Moons is that if you want to replace someone in ranks, you can do something called a blood combat. So you can tell from this volume that Akaza wants to be the strongest out of all of the Upper Moons that there is. So at the Infinity Castle, we also meet the upper rank 4 demon, and his name is Hantengu, I believe. And looking at this image right here, you guys can't tell me that this guy doesn't look creepy to you. This guy gives me the creepiest vibes ever, but he's probably extremely strong though, if him being the upper rank 4. And we also see an upper rank 5, and his name is Gyokko, and this guy just chills in the vase. So we see these two Upper Moons, but what I'm excited about is that we finally get to see the upper rank 1 demon, and his name is, I believe, is Kokushibo. So this dude looks badass. When we first see him, he was the first one at the Infinity Castle, and it shows like his back towards us now. Whenever you're getting introduced to someone and they show their back towards you, you know they're going to be a beast. And looking at this man's face, he has these markings on his face and he has all of these eyes on him. So he just looks like a badass, long-haired, spider vibe type of dude. But him being the upper rank 1, I can't wait to see what abilities that he's got. You know, I know he's going to be a beast. And it's funny because Akaza doesn't respect this man either. Akaza just wants to be the top dog out of all of them. So all the Upper Moons are at the Infinity Castle because Muzan pretty much gathered them all up. And shout out to Gyutaro again, because even after death, Muzan still gave him acknowledgement. He said that if Daki wasn't there to hold him back, that Gyutaro would have won. So that's some strong acknowledgement right there. Gyutaro was a beast in that battle, and pretty much they barely lost. Muzan was extremely furious because this was the first time in 113 years that an Upper Moon was defeated, and this man think he's going too soft on these Upper Moons because, you know, you think they're the top dogs, they get the job done, but he's extremely mad at him because they still can't find pretty much the leader guy of the Demon Slayer Corps, and also he wants them to find something called the Blue Spider Lily. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I have no idea what the Blue Spider Lily is up to this volume right here. We might find out about it during the next volume, but he's mad at the Upper Moons because they can't complete these 2 tasks right now. So pretty much after this Infinity Castle stuff, the story transitions to Tanjiro, and this man's having a dream right now, and we see that same mysterious figure that we've seen from the last volume. Well, we learned that his name is Sumiyoshi, I believe, and this is an ancestor of Tanjiro. Now, the ancestor in Tanjiro's dream is pretty much has a humble personality, you know, saying he's worthless, he has no value to him, he hasn't gotten anything done. But from my anime and manga experience, the overpowered characters always have an extremely cocky or humble personality. So he's saying that he got none of this done and that he has 0 value, but you can tell this is all a lie because When they were fighting Daki and Gyutaro, and then Daki, her blood was trembling in fear because she sensed that presence in Tanjiro, I believe. You can tell it's a lie that he's saying he has no value to him. We know he's going to be OP, so he's saying how humble he is in his dream, and pretty much it wakes Tanjiro up now. A crazy thing is, Tanjiro has been knocked out or unconscious for 3 damn months, so Tanjiro was out cold for a while, but the good thing about that is that the experience that he gets from beating an upper rank demon is equivalent to like 5 to 10 years of training. So the trade-off of being laid out for 3 months to get 5 to 10 years of experience, Tanjiro's doing some unbelievable things in this manga right now. So after Tanjiro wakes up, the man's next goal is to pretty much get his sword back, because in the last volume it was all chipped up. So they have to go to this hidden village of swordsmiths. Now, the crazy thing about this place is that you have to take the craziest routes to get there, and the routes change every time. So this place is extremely important to the Demon Slayers, because without them getting their swords and weapons, you know, they're kind of in unison. Both sides are needed to defeat the Upper Moons. You can't have Demon Slayers without the Swordsmiths, and you can't have Swordsmith without the Demon Slayers. So Tanjiro goes to this hidden village of Swordsmiths, and this is where we see the Love Pillar, aka I think her name is Kanroji, and this character is so hot right here. And the funny thing is, this girl is strong, and she only joined the Demon Slayer Corps to find her next husband. I mean, it makes sense her being called the Love Pillar, so that doesn't sound weird to me at all. Another character we see is Genya, and he joined the Demon Slayer Corps around the same time as Tanjiro. Now, the bad temper all makes sense to me now. The connection makes sense. We learned that he's the little brother of the Wind Hashira. I think his name was Shinazugawa. I think that's their last name. So both of them got some extremely bad tempers, and it all makes sense now. And they don't even acknowledge each other like that. So they could be on bad speaking terms, but we learned that those two are related to each other. Now, another character that we get introduced to is the Mist Hashira, and also the guy that's on the front cover of this volume right here. His name is Tokito, and this guy is smaller and younger than Tanjiro, but the man is a beast, and he's way stronger than Tanjiro. The man is pretty much a prodigy. They say he's a genius. He's a descendant from sun-breathing users, so you know he's going to be overpowered. This man also has a cocky personality, the way he treats this swordsmith in the show, and it's something about these Hashiras. They do not treat a lot of people that well. I remember when we got introduced to Uzul, how he treated the girls that he was trying to take to the mission with him by just dragging them along in his hands. Well, Tokito has these same traits, how he disrespects this swordsmith, and he says Tanjiro is pretty weak for a Demon Slayer, so Tanjiro tries pretty much pushing the man over, but even Tanjiro can't budge the man. One chop to Tanjiro, and pretty much Tokito knocks the man out. I believe the swordsmith's name was Kotetsu, and Tokito was trying to get a key from this man so he can train with a fighting doll. Now, from a Naruto aspect, I love Kankuro, I love Lady Chiyo, I love Sasori from Akatsuki. If there are users that can fight with puppets in this show or dolls, that would be completely awesome, because that's one of my favorite type of fighting styles. Tokito wanted this doll pretty much just for training aspects, and this doll hasn't been broken in 300 years, and it was made in the Sengoku period. So props to Tokito, because this man was the first one in 300 years to break off this doll's arm. But even though you can adjust the settings onto whichever your weaknesses are, and Tokito didn't take advantage of that. So Tanjiro was able to take advantage of that by training with the doll. You know, he pretty much set it to all his weaknesses. And this was a dope thing, because Kotetsu trained the shit out of Tanjiro. The man didn't make the man eat for days, you know. Tanjiro was almost at the point of a near-death experience, but that's when he was able to learn how to predict the opponent's movements. And this ability alone just makes Tanjiro that much slightly closer to the other Hashira in this manga. This doll was so dope. I believe he looked the same as the ancestor in Tanjiro's dream, and this thing has 6 hands, guys. 6 hands just so it can mimic the movements that it had back in the day. So even for a doll, you know this thing's gonna be a beast. My man Tanjiro was able to break this doll, and the cool thing was that there was a sword inside of this thing. So my man Tanjiro breaks the doll, pretty much takes the sword out of it. Now this sword was unusable because it was so rusty, and it's been over 300 years since someone used this sword. So the cool thing though is that the swordsmith from the first season, he wears a red mask. I think his name was Haganezuka. This man comes and this dude got swole for some reason. I don't know what kind of training this dude did, but he sees a sword and he's like, alright Tanjiro, I'm gonna fix it for you. Just give me 3 days or 3 nights and I'll have it done. So Tanjiro's chilling until Haganezuka finishes forging that sword that he got from the doll, and he has a sword in the meantime. So the funny thing is, Tanjiro runs into Genya again, and this dude just has a messed up temper. But one thing that's interesting about him is that when Tanjiro first seen him, this was only probably a couple of days ago, he lost a tooth, and in this time that we've seen him again, it grew back already. So I don't know if that's a family trait or like his breathing abilities to heal himself are like extremely high. So that's something I noted to myself about this guy. I don't know what Genya can do yet, but you better be real as hell if you have a mean personality like that and your brother's a Hashira. So the story pretty much transitions into this swordsmith pretty much walking along, minding his own business, and we see a vase out of nowhere now. Upper rank 5 demon Gyokko is in this vase, and he's able to suck people inside the vase and eat people in it. So we got upper moons in this village now, so you know all hell's about to break loose. Not just Gyokko, but Hantengu's in it also. So the upper rank 4 and the upper rank 5 demon is in this village, and this is a huge threat because like I said, the demon slayers need these swordsmiths to forge their weapons. So as that's going on, Tanjiro and Tokito are just chilling in a room, and Tokito is looking for his new swordsmith. Now the crazy thing is that the upper rank 4 demon just comes barging in, and this is crazy because at least with Daki and Gyutaro, they were pretty sneaky in the red light district arc, but this dude came just barging in, you know. He's a badass for doing that and extremely cocky too, because we got Tanjiro and a Hashira in this room. So look at my man Tanjiro bringing out his sword that Haganezuka forged for him, and this man's doing his Hinokami Kagura dance and doing his sun breathing moves. Look at this move right here, sunflower thrust. My man Tanjiro is going in, and Tokito is also going in. Look at this man right here using this mist form, shift, throw, slash. So both of these two are doing some badass moves right now. So my man Tokito cuts off this upper moon's head, and in my mind I'm like, there's no way this demon can go out that easily. Not with all the work that they did trying to kill Daki and Gyutaro. So I was pretty much right, and this demon split into two. You know, one had this leaf fan weapon and the other one had this staff. Now, the one with the leaf fan just did a blow and sent Tokito flying out of the building, like flew his ass away, and this other one has a staff, and I think this thing can emit lightning. I don't know what it sure is. I think it's lightning, but it looks extremely OP, so it's pretty much just Tanjiro and Nezuko in there. And the funny thing about Nezuko is that she went into her demon form, but Tanjiro was like, no, you can't go into that form. So no fun for Nezuko right now. The volume ends with Genya on top of the building right now, ready to come in. Now, this dude has a gun in his hand, just locked and loaded and aiming at the upper moon now. I don't know what this man can do, but I'm extremely curious about what he's capable of. You can't have a mean personality like that and be weak as hell. So I know this dude got some cool tactics. I don't know if using a gun is his primary thing, but we're going to see how Genya fights in the next volume, and I can't wait to see that. And overall, this was such a good volume right here. A lot of character introduction, a lot of character development. I can't wait to see what happens next, guys. And that was my review of Volume 12 for Demon Slayer, guys. I can't wait to see what goes on. Like I said, I only read the physical copies of these things, so I can't wait to see what happens. And that was my review, guys. Peace.